What's going on, people? Welcome back to another John Sinclair TV back again, and it's a match preview show between Bournemouth and Newcastle United at the Vitality Stadium. And I've got Ian when he comes back. I've got Darren, and I've also got Ian. Good evening, guys.
Evening.
How are we doing? You okay?
I'm good. How's you boys? All right?
I'm great, mate. Just trying to sort of things out, and got lots on at the minute, but it's all great in the hood as well. So how's Paul?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Yeah, I think we've been caught in the middle of something here, but yeah, no, you're good. You?
Good stuff. Aye, but I suppose to have Clay come on as well. It's been a little misunderstanding as well, Bournemouth fan, but I'll get him on a review show on Sunday, so it is what it is. But guys, like the video, like what you watch, make sure you like to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit some super chats open as well if you like the super chatters, and if you'd like to become a member, it is 99p as well. And hi to Mark Wagstaff. I hope you're great. Just look at the Arsenal multiverse page. I'm still crying about last weekend. Pathetic. You know what? If I'm honest with you, I'm just sick and fed up of it as well, I'm afraid. So Arsenal got beat. That is it. End of story. Hi to Cheers. Hi to Ian. Yeah, I had a bad day as well. Do apologise. And got one from hi to Cheers. Nice one. And Copenhagen was epic. Brighton did well tonight. That's Leslie. Hi to Les. Hi to Gary. Hope you're good. You're a good one. And go for some comments as well. And Leslie's got some comments as well. An independent review has confirmed VAR and the goal were the correct decision on Saturday. Let's hope I should put an end and stop to that.
It's about that, Mr. Lego man.
Yeah, exactly. As you all said along, Les, they won't shut the coolers up though. So that's it. And hi to everyone in the chat as well. Hope we're having a good day as well. Gary V, hi to you. All good, Leslie, as well. Right, there's a preview game between Bournemouth and Newcastle United at Vitality Stadium. Paul, I'll start with you. And basically, it's a tricky little game, this, because our record there is not really that great. I mean, we hardly lose there, but we've drawn a lot of games there as well.
It's that, and then I'll be interested to see who starts, because most of our lads are in the hospital, so I can't wait for that starting 11 because it's going to be something else. It really is. To see who actually is fit enough to get on the pitch. So will it be Gordon up front? Will it be Wilson got called up for England, so I'm guessing that his injury can't be bad. I assume, because I don't think he would have been called up. I don't know. So that was a bit of weird. When the announcement came, I was really shocked that Wilson was called up. That was a bit of a surprise because of the potential injury. So whether Eddie just says to him to dip out, I'm not sure, but a bit surprised to see Wilson in the England squad. I don't know what Gordon's got to do, mate. What has Gordon got to do to get in that squad? Because I don't understand, mate.
Not in Southgate Friends Club, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's absolutely shocking.
Well,
how Gordon is not in there.
He's kind of already said he's not picking anybody new, is he? He's already said that he's trusting these lot of players. So there's no point putting anybody new because he's picking his friends who's got him there. You're not be picking anybody new. Calvin Phillips hasn't played a game since the last time he played for England. I've had a sniff and he's got called up. The joke.
Alan.
Sean will be annoyed as well. I think Sean Longstaff. I'm not saying he's guaranteed a place, but he's putting enough of a shift in to get.
Way more gear than Calvin Phillips, you know what I mean? So he should be.
That's it, mate.
He's done a lot more than Calvin Phillips. He's done a lot more than the Macquarie Saudi. You know what I mean? Let's be honest.
No,
There's not many better battling midfielders than that lad.
No.
And I know you've just. Sorry, I've just come on late. I do apologise. I was just upstairs. Saying sorry to my missus for being a prick. If I'm being honest, not that I ever am, but I might have just had a little bit of a rant about something. Completely,
just talk football.
Yeah, talk football. Just
talk football. Oh, thanks for all your support.
Listen, respect Craig. He's a Bournemouth fan, right? Show him some love. Hi, Craig.
Hello, John. You're right. How you doing, mate?
All champion. It's been a bit of a misunderstanding because I thought, oh, hang on a minute, sort of there's another Craig as well. We've got two Craigs. Craig's a Newcastle fan and one's a Bournemouth fan, but it was my bad. But I'm glad you came on, man. So show Craig some love, guys, in the chat and Leicester as well. So, Craig, if I chat you, mate, as well, the season you had so far hasn't been great, right? And Ariola as well as your new head coach as well. I suppose you've got to give the lad time. So, yeah, take the floor, man. I mean, what's going on with your club this season? You got your win against Bournemouth. You got what? We got walloped against Man City.
Craig, before you start, I would just like to say welcome to John's channel, even though we didn't know you were coming on. We're really glad to have you on here. He thought you were another Craig coming on. Well, we're all glad to have you on here, mate. And really nice to have you on, pal. Nice to meet you.
No, and likewise, guys. So where do we start with Iriola? So, of course, I was a big Gary O'Neill fan. I think Gary O'Neill did a fantastic job here. And the real reason I think why they made the call was because of what he had done at Vallecano. I don't think their heart was in Gary O'Neill, even during the January window. I think Leeds went in for Iriola and got knocked back because Iriola, fair play to him, wanted to see out his contract at Vallecano. He did a decent job there. They're doing a decent job still. So that's where there's a lot of question marks in my mind as to how good he actually is. I think personally, he's trying to play a style that isn't suitable for our players.
The thing is, though, you sold your club, didn't you, to a new owner, didn't you?
Yeah, Bill Foley.
So that's what it is. You've got your new owner. Your new owner wants his own touch, his own manager, as you say.
The thing is, though, is he was advised, and there's actually quite a good story coming out at the moment, and that story is about Richard Hughes potentially leaving the club. Now, supposedly he's working his notice period, and Richard Hughes, believe it or not, I think he was a good friend of Gary O'Neill's, was instrumental in Gary's sacking. So, personally, I think with this news coming out, has it come from Bill Foley? I personally think it probably has. I think Bill Foley's probably made the call that, right, okay, Iriola's a mistake, but who's made the mistake of hiring him in the first place and firing the man?
Do you think it's a bit of boardroom politics?
Yeah, personally, I do. Yeah, I think it is. I think
it does smell like that, doesn't it? And I'll tell you what else is wrong as well that I've noticed is our friend here at the bottom, Daz. You see the one just next to you on the screen there. He looks a little bit like Ming the Merciless at the moment. He needs to turn a frigging light on because nobody can see his face.
I've got to get up though. I'll put the lamp there. The lamp better.
That's better. That's better. Yeah. Sorry. Carry on. Just
carry on. Let the guy.
No, that's all right. That's all right. So I think the problem is with Iriola, he's trying to play in the Spanish way. He's trying to play too much like Man City and Arsenal, and we haven't got the players capable of playing like that. So what he's gone and done is, I just don't know where to go from here. We got that win over Burnley, and to be fair, that was narrow. It was on VAR. So if VAR had gone against us, I think Iriola would have lost his job.
Really?
I personally think he would. I think he would.
I think he will. I think he will get sacked either in January.
Who else is going to come in and do better?
But that's what I'm saying. I think they took a massive gamble on him.
Yeah,
and he's playing the he's trying to play attacking football for Bournemouth, who's in a relegation battle.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, lads. 10 Hag's just going to be binned, so you can have him.
Who?
10 Hag's just about to be binned, so they can have him, can't they?
I wouldn't take. No, I'd rather stick with him than that slaphead.
Oh man!
Can we have Eddie back?
Hey!
yeah. Eddie Howe, yeah.
Will he keep you up though, Craig? Will he keep you up though?
What, Eddie Howe? Oh, most definitely.
Eddie Howe, what do you mean? Of course he would.
Yeah, of course Eddie Howe would keep us up. Yeah, of course, John.
Get mid-table, you'd be happy, right? He gives you mid-table, you'd be happy, right?
Oh, yeah. I think lose against Newcastle this weekend. I can't see him being fired on the Newcastle game. We've then got Sheffield United away. Yeah, that's the one where he will.
Yeah,
and they're actually not that bad a team, you know. I know we did them like, but actually, I've watched Sheffield United quite a lot, and they're actually not that bad a team, you know. Like
Ian, for the first time ever, I disagree with you, mate. I think they're dreadful.
Right. So first of all, can I just say, Darren, that is not the first time ever you disagreed with us. You spend your freaking life disagreeing with us. No, but no. I mean, they're not a great footballing team, but they do try hard. They work hard, and
they work hard. Again, they haven't got the players. The
players, yeah. And I'm not being no disrespect to Bournemouth, but Bournemouth haven't invested heavily enough to be able to play the football that you're trying to play, and that's where the problem lies.
They spent more money on they spent more money in. And
that's much better. That's much better. Leave it like that. Oh,
I'm good. There you go. I got two cents. I've got to get up. There you go. They spent more money on I think Bournemouth spent on a left attacking player, didn't you? Spent on a attacking player, didn't you, Bournemouth?
Yeah, so we've signed Justin Cliver, Milos Kerkez. Milos Kerkez is a good player. But this is another thing, is that we've signed a lot of young players, young talent. Now, that's all well and good, but I know it was a famous word.
It's all well and good if you're going to stay in the Premier League.
Yeah, exactly. I think we need some older, experienced heads. Yeah, I think we need somebody who's a bit more experienced in that defensive line. Yeah. Now, Adam Smith is too slow. So, who do we go for? And to be honest, they picked out, and there was a rumour going round of Eric Dyer. Instead of
Dyer.
Now, everybody might say that might be a bit of a bit of a strange one. Letting Lloyd Kelly go to Spurs, and then we sign Eric Dyer. Of course, they would be paying us a bit more money as well. But he's got proven Premier League experience. Whereas Kerkez hasn't. Senesi's only played one season there. You've got Max Aarons, who's been relegated from the league a couple of times. It's Zabania, again, a youngster. So there's a lot to be concerned about. And I think, where do we go from here? I think we need somebody who is going to play more attacking minded. In
the league?
Yeah, I think we need to be more attack minded. Somebody who goes for
I think
more direct rather than more tippy tappy.
Yeah, the tippy tap is not working. Passing around. We need somebody who's going to go direct and attack your team. And I would have rather seen that against Man City than what we did, which was sit back, pass the ball around, go for them. Let's be fair. I don't know if any of you saw our game against Everton.
Yes, I did.
It was. I'm going to swear here, John, if that's all right.
Go for it.
It was a fucking shambles, put nicely.
It
wasn't.
That's the only time you can swear. That's the only time you can swear, mate. That's it.
Honestly, it really was.
You don't know
Just
this,
make
but
sure Ian's sober when he comes. Like he likes to say one or two nasty words when you had a few drinks.
I get I nearly got a ban this week from coming on, but John loves us so much. He said, "Ian, please don't come on and drop the F-bomb as much." And I said, "I won't do, but we'll see. We'll see who the guest is. 1-0.
Yeah.
1-0. And that's it. Final score.
Final score, yeah.
Okay, John, go through the comments, guys. Do keep it coming in as well. Let's just send one as well. I'll get one up there. At the end of the day, the games are against Malta, North Macedonia. Perfect time.
Exactly.
Southgate has no imagination. Let's see. I can't really, I can't really add to that at all whatsoever. I really cannot. And so thank you for that as well. I mean, I missed quite a few comments as well. So even the Gareth, I mentioned that as well. And
so I think Bournemouth will be a whole game in Newcastle. I think we're down on numbers. Players look knackered.
It depends what we're going to do, though, because against Everton, if we play in that pass style, we're not going to get anything against the top teams, because Newcastle, Arsenal, Man City can play that a lot better than we can. You don't play the pass. You keep possession, but at the same time, it's attack minded. It's like an old, a better version of the old style Bournemouth. But against Everton, when we were just passing it around and it was an absolute shambles. You can't play that way against Sean Dyche. Sean Dyche, the most direct, miserable, long ball manager in the Premier League.
Only because Big Sam's not managing at the moment.
Wow.
I think him and Dyche went to the same school, didn't they? How they played both the Bournemouth football.
They're probably about as hard as each other as well. They're both nails, aren't they? They're both as Big Daz in the corner.
I think that Gary O'Neill, I need to respect me, but I was so happy how he won down at Bournemouth, because he sacked him for everything for the wrong reason.
Yeah,
he wears his heart on his shirt, and it was wrong how and that's not a fan, but the chairman one shot for shot.
It was a weird
never
one,
exactly.
It was a weird one, that, for me.
Yeah, he kept his main talk was to keep them up. He didn't have a massive amount of money to spend. He worked. He was 100% committed. And for you to sit only sack him, and then for the new manager
to think about that?
Spend money. The new manager spent money, and he didn't have a sniff of that. So that's I think it's wrong for that.
Gary O'Neill, I thought, was fantastic.
Yeah.
He really got the best out of those players. Now consider, and let's go back to that 9-0 thrashing by Liverpool under Scott Parker. Scott Parker's come out and said the worst possible thing. They're not good enough. We're expecting many more thrashings like this.
In the dressing room, then, aren't you?
I called, I was called by Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton on the way home. Radio 606 or 5 Live or whatever it is.
You were called yourself by Robbie Savage.
Well, I sent in a message saying, what the
Robbie Savage is a wanker.
No, I think I sent you a message saying, "What the fuck was that?" Sorry,
Ian, behave yourself.
I think I sent in that message, and then they called me back, and they were like, "Do you want to speak to Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton?" And I was like,
"No,
yeah, go on." And then the first thing they said was, "Right, okay." And it had come out on the radio literally a minute or so beforehand what he'd said. And then they said, "Does he have to go?" And I said, "Of course he needs to go." And they disagreed with me.
Yeah.
Now, Gary O'Neill, from that point, after Scott coming out and turning around and throwing the players under the bus, then got a 0-0 draw against Wolves.
Mm-hmm.
The best result, actually, the best result you can get after a thrashing because clean sheet, stability, and then we went to Forest, won there, and between that Liverpool game and the Southampton game where we was eventually beaten, eventually beaten by that bloody lot. But nearly hit the post there. I could say a lot more about Southampton, but between that, every other team in the Premier League had been beaten. And that shows what a great job Gary O'Neill did. But to be honest, our fans don't deserve him because there's been so much criticism from our fan base. And I've stuck up to them and said, no, Gary should not have been sacked. And some people are still adamant and behind Iriola, despite the way it's happened. I like Iriola. I like him as a man. Is it going to work? It's a results-based business. You could be the nicest person, in an office. But if you haven't sold nothing for the last 3 months, there's only one way you're going out. And that's out the door. It doesn't mean it doesn't matter if you could be the nastiest bastard going like Neil Warnock, and keep that team up. That's fine. You've kept a team up.
If I was in your position and you get rid of your manager, I would give it Neil Warnock every day of the week.
No. I've got just the man in mind. Well, I did actually.
Steve Bruce,
no.
He's got a great CV. I'll tell you what, mate. I'll drop him off for you. Hey, I'll drop him off for you personally.
Oh, we like Bournemouth. We like Bournemouth. We don't want.
I just share. It's a great recommendation. Come. He likes poker pies.
Honestly, no. You can
back to the
Bruce. Steve Bruce needs to be consigned to retirement forever.
No, man. I'll be his agent. He likes poker pies. He looks good in shorts on the beach.
And he wants some bacon.
He could clear. He'd clear the bloody beach. I don't know about anything else.
To be fair, so would Daz. The last time Daz went on the beach, they wrapped him in flipping wet towels and dragged him off. Greenpeace came out for him. I'm telling you.
But like I say, mate, I'll get me crazy pal to help us bring Steve Bruce down. Then we'll drop him off for you, free of charge.
You know what? I made a fundamental cock up, didn't I? On my channel, and I went on there and I said, I was thinking about.
I love you, Dad. By the way, love you.
Wow.
I was thinking about it, and I thought, right, okay, who could be in temporary charge for a period of time? No, not Steve Bruce, not Steve Bruce. And I thought, American owners.
Great job that he does. He goes, well, I've put the Bournemouth for it.
We don't want it. We don't want. To be honest,
let the guy talk.
It could wind up our faithful, to be fair, if I made a video saying that as well. But this video, I turned round and I thought, American owners, American manager. I thought, hang on, temporary charge, Jesse Marsh. And of course, I let the fucking river of Leeds fans in, didn't I? And,
of course, yeah.
Yeah, honestly, bombarded. Leeds fans just taking it. Although, some of them were quite structured and said, actually, that does make sense. Whether or not it's because they want to see us go down, I don't know. But the man I would like to actually claw over to Bournemouth, and I think he would do a good job. Never managed in the Premier League. However, has done an excellent job with a team who are struggling financially. Carlos Corberán.
Oh yeah, good shout.
He's done well. He's done really well for West Brom.
I thought you were going to say Timmy Mallet then for a second.
Wow, that is a good shout.
You was hoping Steve Bruce was going to come out of my mouth. Yeah. Hang on, we'll take Jesse Marsh whilst we're trying to negotiate with Steve.
Yeah, you do that. Let's go to the comments as well. Do keep it coming, and please hit that like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I forgot, you could have shared the stream, but it just wasn't to be. Never mind. Boost put himself in the window a while back, but no takers yet. He is still free. Boost for Bournemouth. I don't think I'm going to be happy for that. It's all tripping for the taxi. That's an AG. For that window is tinted. That's a low manufacturer linked, but yeah, Gary, no take as wow. What can I say? Viola Boost would have been a better choice anyway.
Boost for United, yeah.
Boost for United. I'll tell you what, that'd be amazing if he went there.
He probably did a better job in Ten Hag, mate. I tell you, he's worse than Arteta. I tell you, he is worse than Arteta at times. Last night, in moaning on about those decisions, he's such a prat, isn't he? He really is a prat.
Isn't he?
You know, it's not a red card, not a red card. It was a red card.
Well, he is a prat, as you say. And I'm not going to go on. I'm not going to go on about Sharteta, as I call him. The only way I can describe that bloke is Sharteta because he's a wet fart. He
Sharteta.
I'm not crossing any of those.
I'm just sick of it now. I'm just sick of hearing about sick talent.
Yeah, you know, the amount of stuff that I've seen. I'm not even on Twitter, as you know, because I know because my opinion of Twitter, you know, or whatever it's called, the cesspit that is the home of every virgin on earth. That, you know, like they've never. Anyway, I'm not going about that because I swear. Just, you know, like the I don't go on there. Facebook, usually it's quite an all right place full of adults, and honestly, the vitriol, the pointless, boring stuff that I'm listening to, and I'm trying not to engage with it. And Emily's going, Ian, don't get involved. Don't get involved.
Yeah.
Don't get involved because you get banned. And I'm like, I will not get banned. I will, and I haven't been yet, but only because I spell things incorrectly.
Crazy, man, crazy.
Do you know what? Our Twitter X is also it's a complete and utter cesspit. You know, nobody. You know, well, I've got so much grief for standing up by Gary O'Neill, and of course, when I was proved right the other day, after Wolves beat us, everybody was like, "Oh yeah, well, you know, I bet he really enjoyed it." Of course, I fucking didn't enjoy it. It was awful to be proved wrong. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah.
And then to add injury to that, they had Gary O'Neill on Monday Night Football to talk about how he demolished Bournemouth.
Exactly.
Just to rub salt in the wounds.
Exactly. So I couldn't get away from it because they turned around and was like, "Oh, I bet you really enjoyed that." And I was like, "No, I didn't. I wanted us to win the bloody game. You know, you support your club first. You know, you can, you know, admire a manager and say that they're a good manager, but you want your club to win first."
Yeah.
And then, there he turned up on Monday Night Football and gave a bit of a masterclass, to be fair.
Can I just say as well, Craig, right? You know, like, I think this is sort of a little bit of a derby for Newcastle now because we've got so many of your members of staff and players anyway, isn't it? So well, mind you, most of our players are injured anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But it's
the Matt Ritchie derby. That's what it is. The Matt Ritchie derby.
The Matt Ritchie derby, yeah.
Oh, Matt Ritchie, what a legend! What an absolute legend! Apart from when he scored that goal against us in that 2-2 draw, was it the last minute?
That was the last kick of the game. Literally, the last kick of the game.
It was, and literally, I was there, right in front of it. And I was like,
we were awful at that. We were terrible as well. We were awful.
But
we didn't deserve that draw at all.
Matt Ritchie was like pride for me. The last was it the City game that he played or the Man United game?
United, yeah.
It was Matt Ritchie was like prime Messi in that game. If you can imagine Messi that can't run very fast, right? and not quite as good. He was like that. It was absolutely it was amazing, wasn't he? He was
really good. Yeah.
Me and Tommy were sat. My son's 13, we're like sat there, and I'm like, Tommy, Matt Ritchie used to be. He's a good technician of a football. Nobody can deny. Technically, he was a good footballer, but he's lost his legs. He's had a lot of injuries, bloody, bloody, bloody. He was a really good footballer for us and, for yous and whatever. But like, that game, he looked 2 yards quicker than I've ever seen him look for seasons now. Admittedly, he was playing at left back after time, which is obviously not his position. But everyone's laughing at the likes of Dummett and Matt Ritchie and all these players that that we've got there, and they're coming in and they're doing a job. And all right, they're not going to win us nothing, but they're doing a job, and they all know the roles, they all know what they're doing, and that all boils down to our staff, and they're the same staff that you had in the past. We are lucky now, and I'm saying this, and I'm not crawling up Bournemouth's arse here, but we are lucky now to have a manager, and our management team, which is pretty much, I guess, primarily your old management team, who you can look at and think, we are proud to have these people managing us, not like Sharteta and not like these wet wipe, poor losers who cannot take a defeat. And by the way, just while I'm on it, and then I'll shut up for a bit because I know John probably wants to say something. But Ange Postecoglou, whatever he's called.
Postecoglou, yeah.
Is he Postecoglou?
The Greek Aussie. The only Aussie that I've ever known to be a good loser, by the way.
He was brilliant, wasn't he? His comments were brilliant, yeah.
Because I'm a cricketer, me, and Aussies are not good losers. But what a masterclass he played after that. And especially as Arsenal had come out and made such muppets of themselves. And then him as the Tottenham manager came out and went, I'm not going to have a go at anyone else. Whatever happened today is on our toes.
Love it, mate. Yeah.
What
love his little comment as well when they were like, the guy was like, oh, but you were still having a go with 9 men. And he was like, we'll still give it a go with 5 men, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, man. Exactly.
Well, the game would be off if there was only 5 men in there. And he was just like, all right, man.
Yeah, I love that attitude, because the Tottenham fans will love that. What would they rather? They know they're going to lose, probably. I mean, Chelsea made a pig's ear of it for most of the game because they couldn't score. But, in the end, they get a result. But the Tottenham fans probably left prouder of their team because they give it a go.
Honestly, I do think that, it was a terrible, terrible, terrible game.
Yeah.
As Arsenal's game was against us. But actually a much worse game that they lost 4-1. 2 players sent off. But nobody's talking about that. Everyone's talking about his reaction and how good it was.
Yeah.
And admittedly, no one's talking about Arsenal being terrible against us, which, by the way, they had 1 shot on target.
Yeah.
Come on. Title challenge.
Always got it's fair. It's always going to be mentioned what happened. It's not going to be time of the game. And I'm like, I've never heard so much rubbish.
Yeah,
this week is being a joke. So we need to forget about it and move on.
I think that's honestly, we forgot about it. Them people haven't.
They're the sad though. They're the sad.
At the end of the day, right? We won the game. That's it. Move on. Yeah.
Now on to the other part, the loan situation.
It happens on the day. Forget it. Move on.
Exactly.
On it. We'll move on. Forget about now. Like Eddie Howe said, forget about move on next game. He's done that. Like we need, because of fans, you start doing that. Move on. Let them whinge. Us not be whinging.
Yeah,
exactly.
We've been that. Now we're annoyed at the same thing.
Let's go on to the next bit, because we've got a lot to catch up on, guys. So I do apologise. Go back to Craig as well. You got some injuries as well. Lewis Cook is out. Tyler Adams, Ryan Fredericks, Emmanuel Marcondes, Neto, and Dan Randolph are all unavailable at this moment in time. So your injury record's not that good at the minute. Like Lewis Cook may come back from a ban. So and then Areola, also you got Alex Scott out as well, by the way. He went off injured, so it's a massive blow as well. He's a cracker there.
Yeah.
Oh, he's outstanding, from what we've seen so far
Wow.
in this season. He's just brilliant. He's, he holds up the play. To be honest, he reminds me a little bit of Harry Arter, in the promotion season, first promotion, and then the first season in the Premier League. Of course, Harry Arter completely went off the boil and just messed up.
Yeah.
I think Alex Scott, of course, he's a much better player than he is. He seems to know where everything is, links up very, very well. He's quality. He's quality. In fact, he's a player that, if he played in effectively a Gary O'Neill formation or a style, or, something that is a little bit more direct, I think we'd see even more from him. So he's a massive, massive loss. I think Lewis Cook, is going to come back into the side. I think his suspension is now over. So I think,
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
he'll
just yet.
play in probably as a defensive midfielder. But this is the problem. And this is the problem with Bournemouth. And Phil Bill, quality player. Phil Billing.
Good player.
What we've been doing this season, and this is one of Iriola's, honestly, it really pisses me off. This does. He plays too deep. He plays him too deep. Now, Phil Bill is not a passer of the football. He, is skillful. He seems to find Solanke, and Solanke plays off him, but he's not, somebody who you can go pass. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. But you play him in that advanced position, and he's looking for Solanke every single time. He's going, right, where is he? What am I going to do? The flick on. Solanke knows what he's going to do. Those two have got real good chemistry. Because he's been playing him too deep, that's all just disjointed.
Yeah. And you know what it is, right? I mean, it's not easy getting a foreign manager coming into the Premier League and trying to play the style of play he wants to play, yeah? Because those players might not be used to the pressing game or the passing game, but he's giving them a chance. Now, if he keeps you up next season, it's a big if and he's still there, I think he's going to get his own players that's going to do the job because he's giving the other players a chance to kind of fix up. And if they don't fix up and he keeps you up, then he doesn't want another relegation fight again next season if he's going to be here. He is a young manager. He's a talent manager. But what are the Bournemouth fans thinking of this, Craig? Are they going to give Raul time? Are we going to give him time? Are we going to back him? Or do you think he needs to be sacked? For me, personally, I'd give him time because you can see our identity. You can see our identity. And the way he plays football is going to be nice to watch. But it's just going to take him time.
It is, and we don't have time really. To be honest, this might be the season, where it's best suited to actually try something different. But personally, when we haven't got the players to play his style, we haven't got them. Phil Bill cannot play in an Arsenal style. He couldn't play in a Man City style. Alex Scott, yes, maybe so. Alex Scott, to be honest, shouldn't be at AFC Bournemouth. He should be at one of the top teams. But we've got him. Good. We need to just make sure that he doesn't go anywhere else. But I think he needs to adapt. I'm not against him playing this style of football because it is more attractive. It was good to watch against West Ham, for example. It was good at times to watch against Burnley. Transition to something that's going to get us points.
Yeah.
Then slowly change it. Because what we saw against Everton was him going into that game. I don't think he really knew what Everton was about. I think he didn't have a clue. He didn't have a Scooby-Doo what Everton did. Probably never watched Everton based on what we saw. And we just got trampled all over by him.
Yeah.
It was an absolute fucking shambles, like I say. It was frustrating. It was at the back. I don't know if you saw Zaban. I think it was Zabania trying to run it out. and then losing it to Ghana, and then literally Everton just walked it in.
Yeah,
And that's not the only time we've done that sort of stupid thing. We did that against Wolves, where, to be honest, that was schoolboy. That was schoolboy.
Mhm.
So you've got Phil Bill. Now, I've told you Phil Bill cannot pass to save his bloody life to anybody apart from Dominic Solanke. So he's just in front of Neto. Neto's got the ball. He's kicked the ball out to Phil Bill. Phil Bill's ran it about 2 yards. Now consider, this is all in the penalty area. He's lost the ball. 1-2 in the back of the net. And that's how we lost the Wolves game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, I think, really what Iriola needs to do. Take it back to basics. Watch what happened last season. Watch what Gary O'Neill did. There's no shame in that. There's no shame in that. Implement that and then transition, because yes, it'll be better to watch. You know, Alex Scott, you've already got one piece of the puzzle, but that piece of the puzzle can also play what we're trying to do here.
Yeah.
Then, you know, slowly implement it. And after a while, yeah, it will be, you know, a good side to watch, an attractive side to watch. But you can't go into the Premier League with just one style of football, and a style of football that suits Spanish clubs, but the only teams that really do play it week in, week out in the Premier League is Arsenal and Man City, and they're the top two. So you try it against them as we did, you get absolutely hammered. You know, you try it against Everton, and you're coming up against a brick wall of scousers that are just going to, what you going to like?
They give you a game blunt out here. Yeah. You know, you got Sean Dyche's, you know, lovely tactics where it's just like, you know, kick him as hard as you can and pump the ball up Albert Lewin and see what happens.
I think it's got to be a long season ball. It's the bottom three going down. I think it's got to be Sheffield United, Luton, and possibly yourself need to respect.
No, that's fair enough.
Unless you change manager.
Burnley aren't very good though. I've got.
I think
exactly a minute. They try to play a style of football as well.
Scrape it, actually, I do. I think you might just scrape it with a little bit of extra quality.
Who do you think go down then?
The three. Yeah.
You okay, Darren? You okay? You fallen asleep, mate.
I've just had a thought, guys. Though, what happens if this points deduction comes in for Everton? Do we finally get rid of them?
Yeah.
I don't think they will. I don't think they'll get the
The thing is that out, you know, for the stats, like the next international break from stats is the highest rate of managers getting sacked. The one before December, there's normally, like, you know, stats wise, there's normally been a sacking in this next 2 week break. I mean, the one I'm expecting for me personally, maybe not Bournemouth, but I'm expecting Ten Hag to get binned, because I just think that just needs to be going one way, in my opinion. They've been very lucky. But I do wonder whether, you know, if Bournemouth are panicking about, you know, the new style and whatever, and they want to stay up, you know, they get trigger happy in this international break in particular, because they've got 2 weeks to find someone.
We've jumped a really important fact here that Craig just brought up, or whoever brought it up about Everton. When they have to have that brought in this season. They're down. Yeah. If they don't get brought in this season, FFP, which is, it's not fit for I call it NFFP, not fit for purpose.
Yeah,
exactly.
It is not fit for purpose. It's bollocks. It's an absolute load of
rubbish
that I'm not allowed to say on here.
I suppose the choppies.
Yes, I did well, didn't I? Yeah. So FFP, if FFP does not initiate that now, and they do at the start of next season, then that that it's a free for all.
It's got to happen this season, because at the end of the day, if they've been attributed to have done something wrong, they have to be punished this season. Considering
they've done nothing right. It's like Chelsea.
Yeah.
For God's sake, like Chelsea spent £1 billion on flipping,
well, they've got high money. Apparently, they've got high money coming in, sponsorship wise.
Well, they're still owned by a Russian, aren't they? Like the bloke who
they're not.
No, the bloke who owns them now has massive ties and links, business ties and links to Abramovich. He's intertwined in business with Abramovich. He is, so like all these people who are like going, like pissing and moaning about like Saudi money and stuff. Have a look around. Where does the money for the banks come from? Where does the money from the hedge funds come from? All the money comes from the Saudis. Where did the money that the Glazers borrowed come from to buy Man United? So I tell you where it did come from. I bet from America. I bet you any money it came from the Arabs. You know what I mean? It's an absolute joke. And all it boils down to for me, and I didn't want to go on to this, but I'm going to, is I'm old too, is blatant racism, in my opinion, and or hatred against the Saudis. For whatever reason, the media have made this thing against the Saudis, and everyone's jumped on the bandwagon. Let's all twat the Saudis. It's a load of bollocks, and they can do it they can do what they want. Nobody. What about when Qatar was trying to buy Man United?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nonce, what's he called? Old nonce. That little half breed of Alan Partridge and flipping
Oliver Holt, our favourite,
Mrs. Merton, whatever he is.
The guy that loves us, the guy that always he loves Saudi rate. He just can't get enough. He can't get enough.
Gold nonce was dying for the Saudis to come in. He was like, oh, no, we don't want the bloke who actually, we don't want the billionaire who supports us. We want the oil money.
What was funny about Goldbridge is that when we got taken over, he was like, Newcastle selling out, sell out, Oilcastle United. And then when they had their interest, he was like, oil me up, and all this.
Yeah.
As soon as they have any lift of it, they can't wait.
The only person that's oiling that Nottingham Forest prick up is himself in his bloody. I was gonna say in his hotel room, but he wouldn't even stay in there. Just in his little bedroom on his own, oiling himself up, the little nonce.
Yeah. We'll leave that there. We'll leave that there for the minute.
Let's talk about football. Come on, let's talk about the game.
Let's go to the football now. Let's go into the football. That's what we're here for. Before we do that, make sure you hit the like and subscribe as well. Do follow Craig on Craig AFCB, Ian on Facebook, Paul on Twitter, and Darren from NUFC Matters. So it's going to the football. We'll start with you, Paul. Bournemouth, like Craig said, do play a chat to football, but do you think Aliola are going to get sacked soon, or do you think they're going to give him more time?
It's like I said, mate, it's a tough one because, as I said before, that the next international break, like I said, the stats are there. That this is the one where a lot of itchy owners, start thinking like, well, if we're in the bottom five or whatever, you've seen quite a lot of people get sacked in this one window. But it depends. It's one of those where they've invested time in this guy, so. In my opinion, it's more about they're probably not thinking, no offense to Bournemouth, but they're not. This is not a game they're thinking. If they get a point or whatever, brilliant. But like we're saying, that Sheffield coming up, that's the game. They're probably saying that if we can get a point at home against Newcastle, or because we're struggling, if we get 3 points, then they're laughing. It's brilliant. So they want to be aiming for that because why not? Because they're getting us at a good time. But realistically, the big game for those lads will be, look, we got Sheffield coming up. in our little mini league down there, if we win all of those games around those other clubs, we're up, we're fine. If we win those games against Burnley, Luton, those players, those little teams, as long as we win that little league there, if you finish just above the bottom three, you still stay up. So they won't care if they get thrashed by us, but they beat Sheffield 1-0 because they'll be much happier with the 3 points there because they've won that little table, where they want them. So it's one of those things where
the thing is,
I feel for Bournemouth because I like them
going into this season, and what Bill Foley's plans were. And I went on TalkSport and I spoke to Simon Jordan, Stuart Pearce, Jim White, dropping all name dropping.
All the names
but
did you not speak to Gold Dance as well?
Once interviewed Professor Brian Cox. Bosh.
Nice.
But what was a train of thought? Bill Foley come out with this interview and he said what he really wanted us to do is in a couple of years' time challenge for Europe. Now, this isn't challenging for Europe at all, is it? Let's be honest. We don't want to be just in this mini league with Luton, Sheffield United, and Burnley.
Yeah.
Any other season, you'd be asking for trouble. Let's be honest. It looks like Leicester's coming back up. They're not gonna, go down, without a fight next season. Leeds look like they're going quite well.
Yeah.
So they're not going to go down without a fight. And I think Ipswich are going to be, if they go up, they are going to be like the Luton this next season.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't be relying on just battling between these three teams. Luckily, the three teams that have come up this season aren't particularly very good. I've got to be honest, they're not particularly very good. Maybe that is a bit of a blessing in disguise for us, but at the same time, we shouldn't be relying and going, thank God that they're not very good because, we stay up, we finish 17th. We shouldn't be looking to finish 17th. We should be above Forest, definitely above Everton. Yeah. Possibly could still be above Everton if they get their points deduction. Crystal Palace should be, a team that we should be in and around.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pick out anybody else who.
Fulham, Fulham as well, probably.
Fulham. I think maybe we should be around where Fulham are.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
around where Fulham are.
Yeah,
but we shouldn't be just battling it out. With those three teams.
I think unlike Daz said, but Daz, by the way, I don't know whether you've noticed, Daz is a little bit miserable, right? But I've got to say, in defence, because this is probably one of the only times you're going to meet Daz, he is actually a top lad. Right, he might look like a right miserable bastard, right? But he's actually all right, and he does owe us a pie, which I don't think I'm going to get after this tonight. But,
not so far with insulting him so far. Yeah, you're on a good run.
To be fair.
In all honesty, if you actually met Daz in real life, you would not be as brave as I am now. It's just because he's been I'm taking the mic. No. So, but no, what was I saying? So, no, I think there's 5 or 6 teams that are there or thereabouts to go down. And at the moment, you do look like probably one of them. But
I forgot about Burnley. Burnley's struggling, aren't they?
Yeah.
So it's.
I knew you'd come round to my way of thinking, Daz.
No, I forgot because Vincent Company hadn't won a game at the first team in the Premier League history.
Yeah,
not to get the win in the first.
They beat Luton. Beat Luton. Yeah. But to be honest, I think this could be the first time. I think it was. Oh no, it was actually at Luton. Because of the ground.
They beat Luton away 2-1.
Put it this way, Daz, right? And this is not me going at you, because I love going at you, as you know, just for a laugh. But who would you rather play, Luton or Bournemouth?
Luton's probably closer.
Always thinking of yourself the way it is, you know. Why you not going to Bournemouth?
It's kind of far. Well,
No, he's got tickets for Bournemouth, and he's like, "Oh, well, fucking, it's too far."
I've got to be honest.
I'm
I
going
think
to
this
that.
could be the first season. If we can pull ourselves together, this could be the first season in a long time where the 3 promoted teams all go back down.
Yeah.
Possibility.
Mm.
There's a
I
possibility.
like Bournemouth. I'm not crawling up your ass, honestly, because I'd be honest, I don't give a shit about any away fans who come on here, but I like Bournemouth because we've got more spare staff and players off them. You know what I mean? So you can't dislike them, really, can you? You know what I mean?
We've got
They're a decent
need to
side.
respect-
We're a
need to
good
respect- I think we've got them
bunch.
for the wrong reason, though. Relegation battle in mid-table, where we want to go to the next level. So in future, yeah, that needs to respect the Bournemouth. We should be 5 players from Bournemouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Daz, the Bournemouth fans sat right next to you.
I know, but I'm talking as a football person, Ian. I'm talking. Bournemouth are the chairman gets himself sorted out.
Down, Daz, Bournemouth or Everton? Who would you rather go down, Bournemouth or Everton?
Everton.
Exactly.
100% Everton.
Exactly.
Well,
There's pros and cons.
Who knows? Will they get docked points? Who knows that? You know what I mean? Like, it's still how come it takes so long to find out the information?
Yeah.
But it's gonna be usually it's around after Christmas, January, February.
Yeah.
When the teams who go, you kind of know there roughly what the relegation battle.
If Bournemouth don't spend money in January, you're struggling.
But they can only spend what they're in. Surely Bournemouth don't
Well,
earn that.
You could have said that about North Forest. They spent 200 million, and they have now.
They did, yeah.
Guys,
let's go. Is Forest more appealing than Bournemouth?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Do they pay better wages than Bournemouth?
No, you're right. You're right. For once, I agree.
Bournemouth I like Bournemouth as a club. I like what they've done. I like the history of how they've done, where they are now. They've on merit and on credit, but I just think that you've got the wrong manager in charge.
Yeah, I agree there.
I just don't like he's come to a league where he has to go to clue in. He's trying to play Bournemouth as an attacking team of football. It doesn't suit you. You need a team that'll dig in. You need to just knock around the defence and get a 1-0 win or get a 2-1 win, scrappy. But I would like to see you. But I think the bottom 2, Sheffield United and Luton, are down because they've got to win 8-9 games. That'll give them 30 points in the fourth with a few draws.
I'll tell you what.
Do you know what?
Yeah. I've got to go through his comments. We've got other things as well.
Bournemouth are not playing the tune at a better time for Bournemouth than they are now, because we are literally down to the bare bones. So,
that's true.
I think this is a good time to play you. But, I completely do agree. I think we've got the wrong manager in charge. And, I actually turned around and I spoke to Dan Moylan from the Square Ball, which is Leeds podcast, and after my Jesse Marsh comments, and I said, what do you suggest then? Where do we go? If it's not Jesse Marsh, it's a temporary period, which would make sense, seeing as American owners. And to be honest, it's the sort of we've got the players that would suit that. I don't want Jesse Marsh permanently, but at the same time, if he can get points on the board. No, if he can get points on the board, in the interim, that's better than what we're doing at the moment. And he turned around and he said, you had the man. You had him. You had the man that would do it, which is Gary O'Neill.
Look at what he's done.
Just come in second place. We've got a lot to go through. Sorry. I mean, I know I've been really patient, but go comments as well. I've missed quite a few as well. I do apologise, guys. Got them for an AGA. They're not named in Eddie's squad. I mean, how good Eddie has done. All of our players will do the job. Totally agree there. Jules made a brilliant comment earlier on, as I said. I'm curious to see what energy levels or approach intensity for Saturday, unless you kind of agree. And a slightly longer break between games this time is just the challenge as well. Before we go on to Saturday's game, and we are going to talk about Saturday's game, and I'm going to do the parts as well. First one we've got here is Toffs. Is pleased to welcome first partner Toffs, the number one destination for classic football shirts that recreates famous vintage Newcastle shirts designs. In addition to this massive range of retro replica sports shirts, Toffs brings you Newcastle-inspired bucket hats featuring Bruno, Tonali and Joe and more. The products are manufactured by the Team Valley base, made by the fans of the fans. If you check them out on JSTV, of course, discount code gets you 15%, 15% of all orders. Simply quote JSTV15. And also, we've got one from Magpie Store. These guys are passionate about supporting Newcastle and providing their fans with quality and UFC-inspired clothing. Their range includes hoodies and t-shirts featuring Gordon, Tonali, Isak, and more. Keep your eyes open as they continue adding to the product line. The Magpie Stores is a new store for a new dawn at Newcastle. They can be found at themagpiestore.co.uk. And also, if you quote the exclusive code JSTV10 for 10% off each order, please contact JSTV via email if you also like to join our partnership team. Thank you very much indeed, guys, and thank you for the chat as well. And Ches gives a thumbs up. Thank you, Ches. And like I said as well, guys, you just refrain swearing as much because I had one or two saying that, cut it down. I do apologise, but I have to say that. Thank you, guys. It'll be up front. Sorry, it'll be up front. Look, Wilson's out. Thumbs up from Ches. Thank you. Being assessed.
Has it been confirmed Wilson's actually injured? Has it actually been confirmed by Eddie?
We'll find out from Eddie tomorrow.
Southgate confirmed the day. Said I'm sure in the press conference said Wilson's only one who's iffy and
right.
I'm positive Southgate said that the day Wilson's only iffy one.
Right, got you.
Got one for Leicester as well before we go into the football. I'll still be amused why Wilson's in the England squad. Exactly. He's injured. Why pick him? It doesn't make sense. Then you may as well pick Dan Burn. Then he's real injured, but there you go. I'll read.
He's never going to pick Dan Burn, John.
No, I don't think he will. Feel like Sweden and Isak. Impatient, I'm not, man. I'm not impatient. Not me. I'm not that impatient. Not really, but I think you play as a. I know he's joking anyway. He knows he's joking, but we love him anyway. It's good for our players not to England squad. And Gary is ridiculous. Even if he's borderline the last one, he needs it. It is an England training camp. He doesn't need that.
Too right. Yeah.
If he gets injured, that's down on England as well. Right, then let's go on to the game Saturday, right? I mean, the team, we've got the team lineup for Saturday, right? We did the team lineup.
So true.
Yeah, exactly. we make it to Radu in goal, Aarons and Sabaniai, Senesi, Kirkes, Cook, Rothwell, Christie, Semenyo, Sinistera, and Solanke. What do you think of that team, Craig? I mean, possible starting lineup. I like that Sinistera. I do like him.
I don't know. I would rather we kept hold of, and I'm going to say something controversial here, Jaden Anthony. Jaden Anthony is a really, really talented left midfielder. Personally, I think what we should do is start up with Solanke up front, Billing in the advanced position. On the left, I'd go with Semenyo. Semenyo's been brilliant. Against Burnley, Semenyo was excellent. He was very, very good. In the centre, of course, Alex Scott is out injured, so I would probably go with Joe Rothwell. On the right-hand side, David Brooks, I would go with. And then, see, the thing is, and why I'm having to really think about this is because we've got a lot of talent. We have got a talented squad, and this is what is annoying. And this is what is really, really annoying because we've got this talented squad, but the problem is we're not, utilizing it to its max because of the manager. Defensively, I think Lewis Cook, and then in the back four, I would say Kirkes, Senesi, Zabanier, and then Max Aaron's on the right hand side. And I'd actually like to see Mark Travers get the nod for this game, and because the last game he played for Bournemouth, in a competitive Premier League game, was that 9-0 thrashing against Liverpool. But he's been to Stoke. He's done very well. They're very angry that we've recalled him.
They're an angry team anyway. They're very angry anyway, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, they are. To be honest, it's a freezing cold ground in the middle of nowhere. They're not the happiest of people, are they? Let's be fair.
So like the human version of Darren.
but yeah,
I'm gonna get the next time I'm in the Gallagher, I'm gonna get slapped all over.
I mean, I can't wait to see it, Ian. I can't wait.
I wish I'd not invited him on.
But the thing is I think why I had to really think about that is because we do have lots of talent. We've got Justin Kluivert, of course, Patrick's son.
But if you're saying that, it just tells me you haven't got the right man in charge.
Yeah,
exactly.
It could be.
And if they say like, and I see you got talent, but I don't know. I'd beg to differ because is he a manager? Because it's got to me that tells you a manager. Yeah, it starts with the owners. They appointed him, and he'd be the wrong appointment.
I think what they've done is because, of course, there's all this stuff going out with Richard Hughes. I think Richard Hughes has been involved in that, but you've got to give Richard Hughes a lot of credit for some of the stuff he's done, especially during the COVID period. So I think they've listened too much to him. He's made the wrong call. Of course, Bill Foley's sacked, and it's Bill Foley's decision at the end of the day. He sacked Gary O'Neill, bought in Iriola. We're oozing with talent. This is a better squad this season than what Gary had last season. Hamid Traore, not used, but an excellent player. So you've got Hamid Traore, Marcus Tavernier. I like Marcus Tavernier. Again, a player that we should be utilising. Keeper Moore's a bit too slow. If anything, if you could say a position where we have been let down is probably up front, that we needed somebody who was going to complement Solanke. Instead, we've got Semenyo, who is effectively a like-for-like swap. There's no point in that. So what we really needed was somebody to complement and play alongside Solanke up front when the going got tough. When you
I don't rate Solanke, mate. He's rubbish.
I think he's good. If
he was good, if he was any good, he'd be at the top of your team.
He drops back. He's creative.
And I'm saying, really if you see he's good, mate, you wouldn't be at Bournemouth. You'd be at the top.
Oh no, I completely agree. I think with all these players, bar Alex Scott,
levels in it. It's levels.
Yeah,
I'm saying that I think he's found his level as Solanke. I don't think I've watched him a few times. Liverpool let him go. They let him go because he wasn't good enough.
He flatters to deceive, but on his day, he is really good. But his day is not enough, is it?
Yeah, he has it once in a blue moon. Yes, he's supposed to score a hat-trick, but Liverpool doing that good.
Brilliant. On my day, I'm brilliant. But at other times, like today...
He ain't never brilliant, mate. I'm saying Liverpool do not let players go to prosper or to get better. Look at that kid who Sheffield United bought from Liverpool. Rooster, yeah.
Yeah.
He's failed miserably. So he's done nothing since he's left Liverpool. Solanke's another one there. So there's 2 players who's come from a so-called top 4 team, and the players have done nothing in their career. That the battling relegation, struggle to score goals. How many goals has Solanke scored for you in the Premiership?
Not enough, really. Not
Exactly.
enough.
So there you go. You answered the question for me.
I think he does drop back. He's not a greedy. He's not greedy.
He's not a natural
player.
goal scorer, is he, though?
No, he's not. And I think that's what we needed.
He was bought as a natural goal scorer, and he doesn't do it enough for me. And
no.
And do you know who else Liverpool let go?
Oh, you're going to tell you. I know exactly who you're going to come out with now.
Who?
Jordan Ibe.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Where's he to now, Jordan? Where's he to?
Joe Shelby to us.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, but we got John Joe from
No. I'm not. Hey, Daz, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying. They do let some good players go. Not many, though. You've got to. I get you right.
I never read John Joe Shelby like Ian. I never read him.
No, I did though. I did.
I wasn't a fan of him.
I know you weren't. And at the level that we're at now, yeah, not. But at the level we were at before, he was good for us.
Jordan Ibe, by the way, is now at Ebbsfleet United.
Wow.
Very, very famous when he was.
How much did you buy him? You bought him for big money too, didn't you?
15 million. He seemed to wrap his. I think it was a Ferrari that he was driving. He managed to wrap that round bollards. That how you wrap a car around that bollard. I don't know.
Well, Kieran Dyer wrapped his around the time bridge, didn't he, or something? So,
honestly, if I could show you a picture at this moment in time, so there's this corner, and what he's done is he's not hit the bollard that's straight on. He's kind of, honestly, I'd have to show you a picture. It's weird. It's weird.
Wasn't Ibe and Eddie Howe signing?
Daz wrapped his mini metro around Tesco's car park,
I don't shop at Tesco's, Ian.
What's quite interesting about Jordan Ibe as well is Eddie Howe did show it a lot of faith in him and did eventually have to give up because, as far as I understand, Ibe and Lise Mousset, who was at Sheffield United as well, they used to go out drinking quite a lot, quite close to the ground, which was a bit stupid of them.
Brilliant. Yeah. Well, very clever.
Yeah. So, Jordan Ibe, not blessed with brains.
Not good. We go straight to the Newcastle as well. And we've got a predicted one. He's going to play with Phil in the end. Finn in the squad anyway, as you all know. Pope and goal, Trippier, Share, Lascelles and Hall. Whereas Liverment's going to be probably on front three again. Willock, Longstaff, Joe Linton, Livermento, Gordon and Almiron. That's going to be could be our starting lineup. Ian, I mean, I'll tell you, that's a lineup. We have to sort this out. What do you think? Happy with that?
I missed that one. Sorry, I was just.
Yeah, it was just to line.
You're busy texting me, John. Give me some rubbish.
I was.
I'll go for it again then. Pope, Trippier, Shah, Lascelles, Hall, Willock, Longstaff, Joe, Livermento, Gordon, Almiron. That's the team we could be playing on Saturday. Lewis Hall making his first Premier League debut, and Livermento deserves the space.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I think I think there's even though we've got very few options, we have got a few options to make a choice of. I would 100%, as I've said since the start of the season, stick Tino in at left back rather than move Trips from right back where he's so effective for us. Leave Trips there because Trips is effective there because he can whip the balls in with his right foot, and that's
he cost the second goal on Tuesday night, mate.
Yeah. No. Hey, listen, the last 2 games we've spoken about this, Daz. Anyway, I think anyway.
Yeah.
Pretty sure we have. The last 2 games, we can all sugarcoat it. He's been absolutely amazing this season, but the last 2 games,
it's been rubbish.
Distribution has correct, and thank you very much for stepping in there. It has not been great, but what we've got to remember, the bloke's 33, which to us, especially at Daz, that's a proper young. That you know what I mean. To me, it's about the same age in that, to Daz, that's like half his age. You know what I mean? So, but the lad has played non-stop every minute of every game, pretty much.
But that's the character of him, though. He wants to play. He's the professional. He wants to play every game he can.
And you know what it is, Daz? We want him to play every game he can because he's that good. But if you're going to play him every game he can, and if he's not going to be 100%, then I tell you what you do: you play him in his right position.
So I think the team's going to be Nick Pope. I'm going to Gantino, Lascelles, Shaw, and Trippier. I'm going for
Trips on the left.
Yeah,
I would put Trips on the right.
I'm saying that's my opinion. I'm going for Joe Willock, Longstaff, and Joe Linton. I think he'll play going up front.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Sounds like a plan.
Who's the other 2?
Amron.
Now you missed 2 8 then, didn't you? Yeah. Hey.
Got a bit too fast.
Amron.
Gordon.
I don't think Wilson's going to be. I think he's hampering. He might play Hall again.
You think he might have to?
You may have to play him left back.
Might be forced into it.
If Wilson's 30, plays Wilson. If Wilson's 30, plays Wilson.
I actually agree with what the team that you're saying there. But
if Wilson's 30, plays Wilson, he plays Goal and Amron.
I don't think Wilson will be fit.
So I think he plays Gordon. I think he plays Gordon. I think he might play Lewis for left back, and Tino where he played the other day. Then.
I do.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Right then, we can go for the score prediction for the end of the show, guys. I mean, we're on 20 minutes early. Go for the score prediction. Craig, I'll start with you. Give us your score prediction for Saturday's game between Bournemouth and Newcastle.
10-0.
10-0. To be honest, I think it's going to be tougher for Eddie because it is us. Yeah. I think, but I think Newcastle still got too much for us. And I'm going for a 2-1. I'm going for a 2-1 loss. 2-1 victory for Newcastle. Who's going to score the goals? Who's going to score our goal? I would go with Dom.
Dom.
Yeah, I think Dom for our goal. But yeah, I think you're going to have too much for us, guys.
Yeah, that's fine. Darren, give us a quick scoreline, mate.
We get the draw. I think there's going to be a draw, 1-1 draw.
Okay, Paul.
I take that.
I'm always wrong anyway. It's a really difficult one. I really dislike the 11 we're going to have to put out just for balance and stuff. But if we can get away with a 1-0, I'd be the happiest person on the planet. Get away from the injuries, just get an ugly 1-0 win and get to the break. That'd be brilliant. I don't care about winning well. I don't care about playing well. I don't care about scoring lots of goals. Just get in, do the job, and get out without no injuries. I'd be happy. 1-0, very happy.
Cool. And Ian? Scoreline.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say thanks very much for our pal from Bournemouth for predicting the best result for us against Bournemouth.
Shows the faith I've got in Areola, doesn't it?
Hey, do you want to come and support the tune? You know what I mean?
The second man will give you Bruce for your award.
Well, do you know what? A lot of our fans have turned around and said that I should I can't say the word, but go support Wolves already. So they'd probably be quite happy for me to go and support Newcastle instead.
You're always we will welcome any way for straight at the tune. Don't you worry, pal.
Brilliant stuff.
We're always welcome here. Darren's particularly welcoming to people. Apart from me after this podcast. My thoughts. Sorry, are we in a rush? Are we? Sorry.
No. I'm just.
He's anxious now, John. He's trying to get wound up with it. He tells his little face.
No.
You can tell your face, John. You're so
frustrated. No. It's just like
you've lost control of the panel.
John loves me like me and John are 50s. So,
John, we bring the entertainment value to it, mate. And this is what you need. You cannot buy this.
Well, you can.
Exactly.
You can buy it. Unfortunately, we're so cheap, you don't have to pay.
Exactly. Love it, man.
John, I'll pay to be on your show, mate. I love you, man. You know I do.
I love you too.
Yeah, no. In all honesty, John is a
no. I love you. It's good.
Proper legend.
Actually, John, can I say something? John, in Against Wolves, you showed us a tweet of somebody being very nasty on Twitter, and you got irate about it. You need to stop. You need to block them straight away and ignore them because you do this for a hobby and support Newcastle. People want to leave nasty comments, John. You need to start deleting the comments and block them and take no notice because they're just sad people who's going to do that to you. So from my opinion, people's got a right to say, just block them. It's no need for nastiness. You're doing it because you love doing what you're doing. And people like us come on, we'll have them come on for nothing. We'll come on and give time to your program. People watch you for a reason, but I'm not going to have people say bad things about you and be racist towards you and something like that. You need to start ignoring them, John, and block them straight away and crack on what you show me because people do like it. We're all on the night.
We love it, don't we? We love it.
So just keep what you're doing, John. But please, if you get bad comments, you need to start blocking them. Don't reply to them. Don't give them satisfaction, and just block them straight away.
Any person that spouts racist bile like we had just because you said that, like I haven't seen any of this shit because I haven't seen it.
I don't look at Twitter. I don't look at comments.
That's why I'm not on there because if I'm on there, I'll start kicking off. But anybody who
Ian, it's no point kicking off because that's what they want. The worst thing you do is reply to them, and that's what they want. Replies.
Yeah. And that's why I'm not on there because I was born to do that.
I don't look at comments. I never have. I never will.
But I tell you what,
I've had similar sort of things with our fan base, and you know what, John, you do a smashing job with this channel, and why they're doing this is because their lives are so miserable that they want to bring you down to make themselves feel better. And like I've said, I've had people that have given me grief. There was even one guy who I was accused to have called his work, called his mobile a couple of times and make some stupid remarks. It doesn't sound like me at all. So I don't think it's just the one person. I think there's a several band of them. And why they're doing this is because I'm going out there and putting myself out there in the public eye, and they haven't got the bottle to do that, Exactly. And what they really want to do is they want to make themselves feel better by bringing me down And yeah, so don't get me wrong, not every comment I'm going to make or suggestion I'm going to make is going to be a sensible one.
On opinion, though. Everything's on opinion. Whoever it is, we've got to respect your opinion.
Agreed.
And if they don't like your opinion, they'll jog on. I don't like his opinion. I've got to listen to his opinion.
And you know what it is. And you know what it is.
It's my opinion there.
I know what it is. Right? Anyway, sorry, go on.
Two things. First thing is, on the racism thing. So we haven't really touched on this actually. When then it's something.
I know, but we don't want to be on too long. I just want to
chew on too much. But you brought it up, and I'm going to address it because I want to address it.
Right on.
It's a joke, right? Like it is a joke. We all come on here. We're on here, like you said, because we like each other and we're pals, and we get nice people on from other clubs like yourself, from Bournemouth and that, and come on and give their opinion. No one takes the piss. No one's nasty. Not like on other channels, especially on John's channel. John doesn't even like us swearing, which I actually respect. The problem I've got with that is I've got a potty mouth, but I'll try my best not to because I love John, right? And that's the truth, innit? You've seen us on other channels.
Absolutely.
I'll try my best. Daz comes on because Daz loves John. Paul's on all the time because he's got no better to do.
Hey, yeah!
and his missus going to divorce him. But anyway, I love Paul anyway. No, but these nutmegs who are, saying that sort of vitriol to like Willock and all that, so, do you know what? They're not football fans. They're not proper football fans. They're just absolute fucking nutmegs, and they don't belong anywhere near our game. They do not, and I'm not being all like PC about it. I'm just saying it's absolutely ridiculous that an Arsenal fan, alleged Arsenal fan, should be behaving like that to an ex-Arsenal player who's black, right? When you look around the teams, a lot of the kids playing for the team are either from mixed race or, from different ethnic origins, It's so pointless. If you're going to have a go at each other, do what me and Daz do. Have a go at each other for not buying each other a pint. Like Daz never buys me a pint. I always buy him a pint. Have a go at that. Have a go at the fact that Daz doesn't turn his light on because he doesn't want everyone to see his big fucking ugly face. You know what I mean? And just like have a bit of a laugh, Daz. You're not going to. But can I say one thing, right? The one of the best things I ever seen, and I've talked about this on another podcast, but not on here. And you know what I'm going to say, Daz, was when actually, John, you might have been there when another live podcast was getting interrupted. And I tell you what, this is like when me and Daz, do you know what it is? Daz, you know him, like, I know he looks miserable and that. And he's like, I'm not even going to describe him because I'll get myself in more trouble. But another podcaster was trying to do a live and all these idiots were jumping in and that. And I was like, I had my son with us, he was 12 at the time. And I'm thinking, well, I'm not saying what I'm thinking, but these are dickheads. The big man in the bottom corner there just stood and he went, "How lads? Foxtrot Oscar." Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, you had poor tune of you were trying to talk to fans. Yeah. And you had these numpties come to torment, come to buy Paul up. There was one kid in particular who was trying to think the big I am.
Yeah.
He was trying to provoke Paul, and I went, "Yambi, just jog on. Just get away."
And then he said that, and they didn't bother. So then I stepped in and I went, "Listen, now I'm involved." And he went, "Oh, mate, I'm scared shitless now. I'm doing one."
Guys,
Daz told them to do one, and as they went off, I went, "Yeah, and you better do one as well."
Listen, guys, I mean,
it's it really.
Exactly. But everyone said well said. Thanks so much indeed, guys, for supporting me. Darren, well said, by the way. Ian, you're correct. Paul, I agree. And Craig's well. So I'd hear what you have to go through. It's not a nice thing. Trolling as well. If, like I said, they do things like that. Block, report, and move on. That's all you got to do. Don't give them any energy at all whatsoever, because just come back at ease. That's exactly what they want. It's all the attractions, the vibes, and the clicks, and the tweets.
They just want to bring you down to make themselves feel better because they've got nothing going on in their life. And the funny thing is, some of these people that have done this to me have then disappeared and deactivated themselves from Twitter themselves. So it shows that their life's not particularly very happy.
Yeah, Craig, you keep doing what you're doing, mate. And
keep it doing, mate.
If I don't see you again,
Craig, but not too much luck.
Craig, shit luck for this weekend, but good luck for the season, because we prefer you to a lot of the others.
Yeah, cheers, mate, and cheers, guys. You know, it's been a pleasure coming on, and hopefully, you know, fingers crossed, Iriola can get it right. I'd like Iriola to get it right because he is a nice bloke. You can tell he's a nice bloke, but the problem is he's nice. Exactly.
Paul's a nice bloke as well. But you know what I mean? I wouldn't have him managing Newcastle United.
Exactly. Definitely. Whereas Neil Warnock, you know, of course,
he's not.
They call him Colin for a reason, but then again, he does keep teams up.
I quite like Neil Warnock.
Right, chaps, I've got to go now because I get sorted for work.
Daz, you take care, Daz. Thanks for coming on, mate.
I'll
speak to you soon. Take care.
Daz, you're my plate.
Listen, I was going to say, guys, as well. You're going to wrap up the show there. I mean, I'm going to say 2-1 to Newcastle anyway. So, he is, Darren's gone, and it's great to have him on as well. So, guys, you can wrap up the show, and I mean, so if I didn't read all the comments as well, I do apologise because you know, didn't get a chance to read them out of day. And also my computer's frozen as well.
3-1, by the way. I never give
3-1. Great stuff. And thanks for all the guys in the chat too, supporting me and Craig as well. And Dan, you have to agree with as well, and all the guys as well. It helps. We have great chatters here too. We do. Alan, thank you as well. The best chatters too. Time and time, two Geordies on like that. There's good and bad in all races. And Fox said, despite the unfair making criticism, John's a good guy. Great, yes, and great, yes, and you should as well. You know what? I do love Miggy. I love Miggy. So big up to Foxy, by the way. Jules said, thanks you coming on the channel, Craig, and thanks to the mods as well. And love having you on the show as well. Thank you, Ches, and everyone in the chat as well. Thanks for coming in. And I'll be back again on Sunday for the match review as well for the Bournemouth Newcastle game. You two, Jolly and Gary as well. And before I go, Craig, can you just tell us where you can find you on your channel, please? We've got coming up, mate.
Of course. So the channel is called UTC IAD, Up the Cherries in All Departments. We do previews, raw reaction videos. There is a couple of videos with a little bit of swearing as well in it recently, so apologies about that.
Great outcome.
Yeah, but please do check us out and come on and have a good conversation with us, because it's a fun place to be. And yeah, we've even had Harry Redknapp on 6 times, I think now.
I mean, Harry. Come on. When Harry Redknapp's come on.
Yeah, old Harry. Harry, I shouldn't call him old Harry. He'll probably not want to come on a 7th time for that. But no, Harry is an absolute legend, a lovely man, and you know, it's always great to hear from him. So yeah, do check us out.
Great stuff. We can find Ian on Facebook as well.
Just on Facebook.
Ian Sutcliffe, just on Facebook calling. And you can find Paul, which is Blank Canvas PC. EB on Twitter as well as other socials he has got.
You can. I was just going to say something so out of order, right, Paul? I'm not
even all the German contracts in my phone.
The 6 offenders list.
I didn't let me speak on this video on this lot, I tell you. This is the least I've ever spoken on the channel.
Paul, I love you so much, man. Paul's my favourite. I honestly, I love Paul. Thanks very much for having us on. I will understand, John, however much you love me if you don't have me on again for a while.
No, it's fine, man. It's fine. That's fine. You're good. You're good. You're good.
You
So,
know,
guys,
like
We'll have to make a members only John Sinclair After Dark podcast.
We'll have to be, yeah.
Where anything goes, just anything goes.
Yeah.
We can swear, we can say whatever how we want. It would just be
You can't not have me on anyway because me pal lets us on all the time anyway. You know, my bestie. So
Yeah. Wow. Listen,
Thanks,
guys,
Robert.
I was going to say, don't go away yet. We'll do it backstage. Guys, if you like what you watch, make sure you like and subscribe. And until then, let's do this on Saturday. With the lads. And I shall see you back on Sunday for